A Shalom Markins Rakam Akapash from Jimmy London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chachwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, preaching the truth in all sincerity. Back again with another video. Bro, posted this up in the chat, and this is a video showing you the situations between the UK and Russia, and how poorly prepared the UK is really to deal with Russia if, not if, but when Russia, comes knocking, right? And, they were talking about the conscriptions and, the NATO chief was talking about, people have to prepare for war with Russia in the next 20 years or so. And, there could be conscriptions and people are going to be called up to fight and join the military and help and do whatever. And then the UK was like, oh, we're not gonna enforce that and blah blah. But you better do something. This video is very very stark, man. You better do something, man, because otherwise, Russia is gonna come and walk in. And it just goes to show, these nations, man, they're not the same as they once were. They're not mighty nations anymore. They heavily depend on America and NATO, the funding that's going into NATO. These nations individually don't have a real army. They're good. They're good enough to bully weaker nations like down in the Middle East, because that's what they've been doing, just bullying weaker nations because they ain't got no aircrafts and none of this sort of stuff, right? So they can go around bullying these weaker nations, but realistically, fighting Russia or fighting China is out the fucking question, right? They depend heavily on NATO, really America, because they're the ones spending the money. And Trump was criticizing NATO just the other day again, for them not contributing enough, right? They're not prepared to deal with this threat, and this is going to be part of the reason, obviously, why the West is going to lose. But so Russia's going to lose too, because there ain't going to be no winners out of this World War III, because the only winner is the Lord, Yahweh Shai. Okay, that's the only winner in this fight. Okay, but these guys are a joke. Acting like they ain't gonna do a conscription, bro. You gonna need to do something, man. You gonna need to get everybody you need, everyone you can, men, women, children, everything, to fight. These the bear, from Mother Russia. You have to do some shit, right? So, them trying to allay your fears, man. Who you fooling? Okay, we know you're gonna have to call up, man. The Lord requires it. The Lord requires a sacrifice, right? So you're gonna get called up, right? But let's play this video and we'll get scriptures, right?
Win if Russia and Britain went to war. Try not to laugh while watching this. First, Russia has 1.3 million military troops. Britain has just 190,000. Russia has a reserve military of 250,000, but Britain has 37,000. Russia has 14,240 tanks, and Britain only has 227. Russia's military budget is $410 billion annually, while the UK spends just $67 billion. Russia has 5,889 nuclear warheads. As of 2023, meanwhile, UK has only 260. Russia has 6,574 self-propelled artillery. What does Britain have? Just 89. Russia's total military aircraft is 809. Britain has just 120. Instead of discussing peace with Russia, politicians in Britain now say young people would be asked to join the military in a war against Russia. With clear statistics like this, who do you think would win? Let's advocate for peace, not senseless war.
Right, yeah, so it is kind of ridiculous, the task at hand for the UK to do anything. But this is why they rely on the bloc, European bloc, NATO, right, to confront Russia. That's probably why they've been setting up all these missile defense systems and that kind of stuff around Russia, to try and keep it contained, because they can't really deal with a full war with Russia. And then you got Russia's allies and stuff, man. On paper, this doesn't look good at all. Like, Britain are poorly prepared to deal with a threat this large. And I'm not saying, Russia, look at the numbers. Half the tax point don't fucking work, but, not in a proper service capacity. But it still largely outweighs the UK and probably a lot of these, a lot of the, if not all of them, all the European nations. Because they've been used to bullying Arabs, man. Let's just be real. They're used to bullying Arabs with no fucking fighter planes and all that kind of stuff, right? So they're not really prepared for no proper war. You know, this ain't back in World War II and World War One where they had comparable militaries and stuff like that. They're not ready for a war with Russia really. They're going to heavily depend on America. But we know most of the fighting is going to be going down in the Middle East anyway, in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right, so but UK are going to get smashed. A lot of these European nations are going to get hit with missiles and stuff like that. So that won't be a surprise. But let's grab this. Revelation chapter 11 verse 14 says the second world is past. Okay, we've had World War II. Okay, we saw the outcome of that. Okay, America was exalted from that, right? It became the world superpower from that. Germany went down. Nazi Germany went down, and we all know what happened, right? So the second world is past, and behold, the third world cometh quickly, right? But this third world is the war to end all wars, right? And it's not going to be in favor, like I said, to any of these nations that are here upon the planet, right? Everyone think they got a, someone's gonna win. No, none of these nations are gonna win. They're gonna mutually destroy each other, man. All right, because this will be, as Trump put it, an annihilation, right? But not only that, during this Third World War and the destruction of America, because that's the spoiler alert. That's the outcome of the fight. The fight's rigged, The Most High rigged the fight. We know the outcome of the fight. If we could put bets down, maybe we can. I don't know. Would there be any point at the end of the world? But that's the result of the conflict. America is going to be destroyed with thermonuclear destruction. But then you got the Lord and the angels that are going to, destroy these nations and put these people into slavery. So there is no winners out of the nations. Okay, this will be the last war, and there's going to be no winners on this. Okay, except for the Lord and the elect, right? So yeah, the second world is past, and behold, the third world cometh quickly, right? And it's coming. In that point of Matthew chapter 24, the wars and rumors of wars. Yeah, it's been going on for a while now, but it's going to have to come to a head at some point, and we can see it clearly that's rolling up, man. So much so, again, the man are talking about conscription, and what brother pointed out, it's not every conscription is not all go and fight on the front lines, but we see it in World War II where people working in factories and shit. You get called up to make ammo and all this kind of stuff because you're going to need to feed the war machine, right? So people are going to be used for all kinds of things. But guess what? You're working in the factory. Most militaries will target the factory if they can, to stop you feeding the machine, right? Their war machine. So your life is at risk, But yeah. So they were talking about it now. They're looking at it like a proper thing, because this thing in the Middle East is serious, man, and it's intensifying. You're getting American soldiers getting killed in Jordan and all that kind of stuff now, and so they trying to figure out how they're gonna manage that, because if they directly attack Iran because they're blaming Iran for it and blah 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 blah, then that whole Middle East, man, is a powder keg, right? And it's on fire right now, and it's just waiting to explode. It's wildfire over there right now, man. So it's gonna draw this World War III, man, and that's all because of these fucking small hats, man. Like just what you say, the least of the flock shall draw them out. It's because of what they've been doing down there. Destabilizing the whole region. So according to prophecy, this is all working out just as expected. It's Jeremiah 51 verse 30. It says, the mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. Right? These nations, beginning with America, Esau's kingdom in general as well, right? They don't want to fight this war. That's why, in that video, man, they're talking about advocating for peace. Well, you better do fucking something, man, because you ain't winning no fight with Russia, right? With, just numbers alone, it don't sound like it's a fight that you want to take on, to be honest. And they've asked these people out there, what do you think about the conscription, going up to, into service and fighting and all this kind of stuff? And these men they're reluctant, man. They ain't got no heart to fight for the country, to go fight against Russia. Yeah, maybe go fight some Afghanistanians. Yeah, they might go do that. Maybe. Not this generation, but Not this Gen Z shit. These guys don't want to fight for nobody, right? They're too busy being distracted, But yeah, these people don't really want that war, you know. So yeah, they're born to fight. They don't want to fight. So they have remained in their holds. They might have failed, and like I say, you can see that how weak Britain is comparatively, right? They're not really prepared to fight no large scale war like that. All right. So they might have failed. They became as women. But I mean, they have burned her dwelling places. Her bars are broken. All right. So they're reluctant to fight, man. They're not gonna have the heart. And a lot of warfare is about heart as well. The Mossad would take a small number and of the Israelites, by the way, and go against larger armies. But the Lord put fear in the heart of our enemies, man, and they weren't able to fight us, man. They fled and they got destroyed and whatever, man. Okay, the fear is, you might have the smaller numbers, but the fear is in you, man. The fear is in this place. Okay, these Russians are not in fear right now, man. They're on the offensive, and like I said, UK and these European, they don't want no beef, not really. Okay, they want to, hope it always settles down. Okay, which it won't. In Psalms 58 verse 6, break their teeth, O God, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. The Lord is broken the teeth, broken their power. Right? They're not really that strong anymore. And then they've UK military have admitted it themselves. They don't classify themselves as a first class military anymore. Because what they've been doing, you need war to really be sharp like that, and all they've been doing is firing arrows, man. Some proxy armies. It's not the same thing. So they've not really dedicated the money and the people, the resources into fighting a war like this. They're behind, but you know what? They should have been preparing. They should have been preparing, right? They talk about the enemies and the Russia, the evils, and is the bad guy, and they should have been preparing, right? But no one seems to be preparing. Why? I mean, yeah, they're spending more and more military. Shit just getting generally more expensive, but they're not really doing the numbers that they really need to. And this is why Trump's pissed off. Because like, what you guys doing? And Trump's like, we're not going to protect you. We're not going to protect you, man. Russia come knocking, they're going to come and protect you, man. And this is why there's a breakdown of trust, breakdown of relationships between Europe and America, and this is why eventually, Europe is just gonna be like, fuck America, man. The beast is gonna hate the whore. Because the relationship is strained, man. They're not putting their weight in a relationship. And Trump pissed off. Revelation 17:10, verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. Right, the Most High are going to put a spirit upon them to turn against America and to destroy it, to help destroy it. All right, as it goes on to say, it says, verse 17, for God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which is America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Right? They are the pinnacle city. They are the ones in authority and in rulership over, the rest of their counterparts, man, over the earth. Okay? Revelation 20:8 says, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, right? And this is the time that we're living in now, in this time period, where he's been given a little season. And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. Okay, Gog and Magog representing Russia. Right? That's that region of land where Russia dwells right now, right? To gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Now we see that in the numbers that it was thrown out. I can't play it again as I come out of this, but the number difference is vast. The numbers is vastly different. They are far more people, far more equipment, and so on and so forth, right? right? That's the war you're gonna have to fight. It's Joel chapter 3 verse 12 says, "Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there shall I sit. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great." It says, multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision. Right, the Lord is gathering the world's armies into that Middle East region for them to destroy each other. Okay, for the Lord to bring judgment against them. Okay, that's what's going on right now. And obviously Russia, play a big role in all of this. Okay, the small hats, America, NATO, the beast, right? And then you got the allies, you got China, you got Iran, all these other players that are bringing this about. Okay, so we're getting to that point now. We're almost there where this war is going to kick off. But we obviously got other things to watch out for too, like the mark of the beast. Okay, which is ever being promoted more and more in this world. Elon Musk and his Neuralink, his brain seed hip and all that kind of stuff being tested on humans now. So these things they're all gonna play its part real soon. And with that, we got the collapse of the economy and all that kind of stuff. So all these things are gonna take place. Okay, it's all coming to a head. And we'll close out with this. Daniel 12:1 says, "And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even at that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book." Right? So we're coming into a time of complete chaos, man. So you've got all these things going on simultaneously around the earth. Pestilences, all kinds of things going on right now. War, the division, everything's going wrong. Okay, and it's going to be a very tough time for the people, okay, when this all, explodes. Okay, you got to deal with the famine, you got to deal with the murders and, all these things, man, the bombs dropping and all kinds of shit, man. Right? So this is where this all heading, man. But like I said, you better do something, man, because you're ill prepared to fight this war, man. So you can talk about not doing conscription, because that's what Rishi Sunak was saying, the Prime Minister here in UK. And we're not going to do that. You can talk that good stuff to try and keep people calm or whatever, but you're going to need to do something, man, because otherwise, like I said, Russia's going to come and walk in. It's going to come and walk in. We know they're going to be calling people up to fight, because they're going to need to. Going to have to. And like I said, the Most High wants that. All right. So I'm going to end it there. Lord, this has been edifying. And I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next one. So until next time, I say shalom.